The following is a presentation of TFNN. Trade what you see with Larry Pesavento. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. Now, Larry Pesavento.
Okay, looking good, Billy Ray, feeling good, Lewis. We're going to talk about the DAX and the FTSE as we usually do, starting out. Folks, just as a reminder, I'm going to be leaving for London. I won't be back until Thursday. Friday, we'll be doing live trading at the London School of Economics, Tom Hoodgard and I, and then we have 2 more days of speaking on Saturday and Sunday. We have a nice group. So it'll be a lot of fun. And then the 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th, I'll be visiting my good friend, Mr. Alizaki, over in Kingston for 4 days. And then we'll be coming back on the 9th. And I'll be back with you the following week, full time, of course. But I'll be off and on between the 4th and the 8th, depending on the travel stuff, because we're going to see Stonehenge again and a few other places that we want to go to see, Windsor Palace and stuff. But anyway, you can see here the ABCD patterns that we have in both of these markets. That's going to be the function of my trading part of the seminar over there, because that's basically what I use is ABCD in just about everything. And I think one of the things that we need to look at is one of the things that we've been following closely for a very long time, and that is the gold chart. We'll bring this up from one of our friends that's going to be attending the seminar in London, Mr. Alan Smith. Hold on one second. I want to thank Alan for this chart. It's very similar to the one that we had in the newsletter this week. You can notice here we had the beautiful ABCD pattern up here at 1970 in the June gold. The high was 1971.30. We got down as low as 1920, I think, or 1926 or something like that. I don't know if this is going to go all the way down, but we're at a really important number down here today, folks. If we get much below the low that we were trading at this morning in the gold, we're up about $10 off that low. But if we get below that 1929, we could definitely be looking at a really major correction, and we're seeing whether that's going to happen or not. But that's what we're looking at is ABCD. You can see the large ABCD that we made. There was your A, there was your B, there was your C, and there was your D. I mean, that's not hard to figure out. This is just a back of the envelope type math. But let's just take a look at that math for just a second, folks. When you're looking, this is 2 parts to the ABCD part. For the first part is the mathematics part. Let's just get this up so you folks can take a quick look at it here. Oh dear, just a second. I keep thinking it's the old system, and this is even better system, but it works. Okay, here is what we're looking at as you're watching. You can see everything is related to this spiral mirror ballast. You see this, how this everything controls this swing? That's what you're looking at. And what we're looking for is we like to work at point D or point C. Those are the best places to try to put trades on. That's all we're trying to do, looking at those simple cycles. That's really, it's not that hard. It's really quite simple. But the problem is that you've got many cycles coming together. Let me just give you a heads up here of what we're watching here. This is just from a normal cycle analysis stuff. And believe me, folks, it's in all the books, of course. And what you're seeing the multiple ABCD patterns. You see, let's just get this mouse to work right. There's A, B, C, D, and then you have another A, B, C, D, and then you have other ABCDs all coming into these summation parts right here. Well, if you get to this summation part and you have multiple ABCD patterns, it's telling you that the cycle is pretty strong. That's usually what it's doing, and that's what we have going on in the stock market today, up there at that 45, 43 level in the stock market. So whether that's Helpful or not, I'm not sure, but if you study it a little bit, I think you'll get some ideas about how some of these things work. Now, we have some really good information from one of our friends down in Texas, Mr. BV, and we'll get this up. He did a lot of work, folks, and we're going to be able to use this because he's going to do it for us each day, which is going to be really, I didn't know you can even do this, but fortunately he had someone that showed him you could do this. But this is the open interest and the prices. As you can see here, if you have open interest dropping and prices going up, that's short covering. And we've been seeing that in stock index futures, crude oil, and gold. All three of those have had the same thing. And that's it's pretty neat to see this, and we'll be able to get this hopefully out to you every day. Well, of course, when Billy's traveling, he won't be able to do it, and hopefully maybe I'll even try to figure out how to do it myself, but I wouldn't bet any money on that one because it's got related to technical stuff, and I have a rough time with that. But that's the main thing. Now, the reason why the open interest is important, folks, if you've got prices going sharply higher, okay, and prices and the stock and whatever you're following is going lower, that is short covering. That's the function of the commodity markets. You know, it's a contract market. If the contracts aren't increasing, that means people are leaving the market. Well, take a look here. This is what we focused on the video that we sent out Sunday morning, is the fact that we were sitting right here. You can see 3 days ago on Wednesday, we made a perfect 61% retracement there in the crude oil up there at 112. Yeah, 112. And so the program was, I mean, remember that was on Wednesday. So Thursday, Friday, we were a little bit lower. So if we just open unchanged to slightly higher in the crude oil, it was most probably going to be a short sale. Now, the key word there is probably, and because we have to depend on what the market's going to do to see whether we're right or not, because we don't know ahead of time. But I want you to see what happened with the crude oil. Hold on one second as we get this up here. You'll be able to see it pretty easily. And let me get this up here just a second. I still have a little bit of difficulty, but I can do it here. All right, here's the crude oil. Okay, here's where we were. Sunday night was right there, folks. We opened unchanged, and we had a huge break. I wasn't able to get short anywhere in here, but we had the break, and then we had the perfect 382 retracement right there. Absolutely perfect. And then we had another one right over here, absolutely perfect, in line with this downsloping channel. And that downsloping channel says we're going to about 104 or 103 in this move. Folks, we're down $9. I would think the stock market would be up 3,000. Well, it'd be up a couple hundred points anyway, I would think, but that's not happening. Maybe they're going to run separately for the first time that we see things going on here. But anyway, that's what we're watching here as this thing is starting to move lower. We need to watch that because we're getting ready for a little bounce in crude. I would think down from 104, maybe rally up to this 106, 105 and change, and then maybe go lower. But right now, it's Duffy's saying that he didn't think that crude is not done going up. That's certainly possible because we got a lot of big patterns that say that this thing is not over as of yet. But right now, it's down $9, and that definitely hurts anybody that's long that market. But any little rally up to that into that 107 level is pretty good. But if we get below 103, we'll be looking at $90 in the crude. Let's take a break here. 877-927-6648. Tim Bost is our guest today, folks, for Financial Cycles Weekly.
You might think that if you want to be successful at trading in the stock market, you're going to need a crystal ball. After all, it's impossible to predict the future, right? Like any endeavor in life, before you decide it's impossible, get some advice from the experts. You might find that it's not so impossible after all. For daily market overviews that give you direction on the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, subscribe to the Opening Call newsletter at TFNN.com. The Opening Call newsletter is written by Basil Chapman, creator of the trading methodology known as the Chapman Wave. The Chapman Wave up-down sequence gives you an edge in identifying price turns, finding the peaks and valleys in stock prices. Get the opening call newsletter by Basil Chapman in your inbox every day. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know, and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. TFNN.com, educating investors.
What's separating you from the most successful men and women on Wall Street? That's right, information. Having all the information gives us the perspective we need to place the right trades at the right time. The TAS Profile Scanner is the premier market profile-based scanner. Powered by its acclaimed TAS proprietary algorithms, this feature-rich scanner instantly filters over 2,500 plus global financial markets, such as stocks, ETFs, commodities, futures, and Forex. This powerful suite of tools leverages instant trade filtering and strategy formulation to show you emerging trades before they happen. For a limited time, you can save $100 off your first month by using the promo code UPGRADE, and you still get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Level the playing field with the TAS Profile Scanner, which you can find under the Services tab at TFNN.com. Sign up today.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Okay, folks, we're back, and we're going to have Tim Bost, Financial Cycles Weekly, as our guest today. And hopefully I'm going to have some special guests if I'm able to broadcast from London, Tom Hoodgard being one, David Paul being another. And if we can able to get them on the air, maybe together, that would really be super, because they're both very, very fun people to work with. Plus, they've got great information. Now, the chart that I posted here comes from Martin Armstrong. It's from Czechoslovakia. Folks, I have no idea about the Czechoslovakian stock market. I have a hard time with the S&P. Anyway, you'll notice here that we have all these multiple ABCD patterns here. That's basically what I wanted you to see, that these are present in every market. And the reason why they are is the work of Benoit Mandelbrot, the father of fractal analysis. Everything starts with the ABCD fractal, much like the one by Basil Chapman and I use. Steve Rhodes, David White, also the O'Brien family. They're just simple patterns, folks. They're a good way of describing what the market is doing with a reasonable expectation, but they're also telling you when it's wrong, because when the market starts exceeding past point D, it's wrong. That's that simple, you know. The thing is that it works better than 2 out of 3 times, and that's what you're really trying to do, is when you're seeing some of these things. Now, the next chart that I wanted to talk to you about is about one of the guests that we are going to have very, very shortly. Is a good friend of mine and also someone you all have heard of, and that is none other. I did the wrong button. Just a second. I did something wrong. There we go. Now we get it back. I get excited when I see these things. Okay, hit the change window. There we go. You folks might remember this fellow. His name was Phil Acampora. And he was on Wall Street for many, many years. He's a couple years younger than me, but this is his wife's farm up in Minnesota, and this is the barn. As you can see on the barn there, the way of the Dow Jones Industrial Average, folks. One of his friends painted that. If you'll remember, Ralph was he was the first man who said the Dow Jones was going to go above 10,000 when the Dow Jones was 6,000. So when it was 6,000, people were laughing at him, and he said it would go above 10,000. Well, he was certainly wrong about that. Of course, it went 10,000, and then a lot more backed off a little bit, but it went to 30,000. You'd have to put that on the top of the mountain if there are any mountains in Minnesota. But the memorabilia that he has from Wall Street all those years that he's been there was really quite. I mean, he retired, I think, 10 or 15 years ago, but I was fortunate enough to be on several speaking engagements with him at Money Show and then at the commodity CMT, the commodity management technicians, our certified market technicians thing. I did a couple of things with him, even though I'm not a CMT person. But anyway, he'll be on, and we'll have him as a guest. We have one of his friends coming today to stop by. He and his wife want to take a picture of the painting behind me after the show today. They're going to stop by to take a picture of the oil painting behind me. So we'll have him in a couple of weeks as our guest. Plus, I've got a couple of new ones. Peter Leides is going to be our guest, and also important. I want to show you something since we're talking about ABCs and Fibonacci spirals and all that stuff. This was sent to me by a doctor down in Australia. He happens to be one of our fans, both of them from Australia. Hold on, let's get this up here so you'll be able to see it. This is a picture of the inner ear, folks. This is the cochlea. This is your eustachian tube that you open up when you're flying so that the air will get through and you don't hurt your ears. Open your mouth really wide and swallow. That'll clear this. But you notice the little Fibonacci spiral? That is the cochlea of the ear. That's where the three little bones are, folks. And this is incredible. Look at that. Just exactly like we look at when we're watching the spiral of the market. I mean, these are the things that Da Vinci did, on the ratio and proportions of the human body. So these ratios are everywhere. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. But the good part is they tell you when they don't mean you get out of the way, because that's when they're going to be in big trouble. Now, we've got one market that deserves our attention, and we're going to spend the next few minutes on it, and that is the old cryptocurrency market, because we have a ABCD completing now. Just get this up here. You'll be able to see it here. The ABCD is completing right up here at this 47,54800. The 38% retracement is going to be there. We have a double ABCD here, folks. We've got the one that started here, A, B, C, D. That was that multiple cycles that we looked at a little while ago. Plus we have the other one, which is A, B, C, D. So we have double. As this thing is breaking out, everybody's saying it's a breakout in the cryptocurrencies. Not, it's got to get above 50,000, folks, or 49,500 before I will call this a breakout to the upside. Because all we're seeing now is a beautiful ABCD, and that's really it's really all it is. So let's pay close attention to that, because we get above 50,000. And we really have one. Of course, we had 2 big days back to back in the cryptos. But if we start getting above 50,000, then this could be a breakout to the upside in the cryptos. And that would mean that you'd be looking at something at a great deal higher and going much higher than our old high at 69, because it would be easy to make that. Looking at the longer term daily, we could easily exceed that level, because, that came down quite a bit from 69 all the way down to 31, dropped 50%. So if we start getting back up in that area, we have to start looking at some. Now, there's a lot of cryptos out there that are selling for under $1, and those are the ones that we're looking for, because there's the amount of money that you have to risk. Fortunately, we have John Jameson helping us, because his specialty happens to be cryptos, and he's got his finger on the pulse on this one. So just be patient and wait and see how this unfolds here over the next few days. But I wouldn't be buying this stuff right now. because I believe this if you buy double ABCDs here, the only chance you have of winning is if there's a huge move above 49 to 50,000. Then you say, yeah, you're on your way. But other than that, this is nothing more than an ABCD pattern that is completing, in my opinion. So let's try to remember that. Okay, we got Tim Boss is going to be coming on as our guest. And let's just review this really quickly here, because what we're seeing in the cryptos right now is none other. Let's get this up here so we can see it here. It's none other than this multiple, the summation of these cycles. We are right here on the upside is where we are here. We're completing ABCDs on the upside right here is what we're doing. Multiple ABCDs. That's a nesting of ABCDs up here at this 48,000 level. So let's see. If it doesn't work, it's no big deal. They keep moving. So sometimes you get them, sometimes you don't. That's the main thing of watching why we're looking at some of these things. So let's see. We'll see it. But, the cryptos, if the equities are weak, they follow along because it's all risk related. So we'll find out whether that's going to be the case or not. But that number we had here in the bond or in the S&P today, we'll just move on here. Take a little break. Take a little.
Are you having fun trading the markets but having trouble finding like-minded individuals to discuss your trading and investment ideas with? Become an apex predator in the trading markets and join the Tiger's Den Trading Room only at TFNN.com. The Tiger's Den is an exclusive trading room where successful traders from around the world come to exchange trades and ideas. Join the den and surround yourself with the sharpest minds in the trading world. Subscribers to the Tiger's Den are also the first to have their questions answered live on air and can privately chat with our TFNN hosts live during their shows. Interact with other tigers and tigresses as they share trading ideas, news analysis, and discuss the market action all trading day. Subscribe to the Tiger's Den risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee and become part of the TFNN trading community. TFNN, educating investors.
You could be making money off the stock market. And if you're already making money off the stock market, you could be making a lot more. Check out TFNN and Tiger TV and get expert investing advice to give you the power to control your financial future. Go to TFNN.com and find the newsletter for you. Whether you're into trading gold, metals, futures, currencies, or options, you'll get advice and analysis to help you seriously get ahead. TFNN also features trading services with a 30-day money-back guarantee for new subscribers, as well as TFNN's Tiger Den Trading Room, trading software, and educational webinars for all trading levels. And make sure you check out Tiger TV for free on TFNN.com or TFNN's YouTube channel for live financial content from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern on market days. Stop watching on the sidelines while other people get rich and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Thinkorswim. For more information, just click the Thinkorswim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Okay, folks, we're back, and I believe with a little bit of luck and a few prayers, we have Tim Bost of Financial Cycles Weekly in the house.
Well, keep the prayers coming. We'll get lucky. How's that?
You got how's Mr. Humor himself? You got a great sense of humor, my friend.
Well, if we can't have humor on a Monday morning, then what else have we got, right? We often need that. Oh, boy. So how are you today, sir? Can you hear me? Hello? 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 I'm here. Did we inadvertently mute or something? Let me just double check here. Let's see. Sometime. Good. I think I have audio on this end. Are we good there? Let's see. Do we have difficulty? I could hear you, so you can hear me now. I don't. Let's see here. We've done something to mute or whatever. Let's see here. Okay, I'm assuming you can hear me, Larry. I'm not sure. Not getting a signal here from any end. Okay. Well, I'm going to start talking, and with the assumption that perhaps you can connect from your end. Well, we will take a wild guess here and assume that you're seeing screen share and have some audio. Let's see if we've got this happening here. Unless we've lost internet connection. Everything looks good there. Well, hello. Seeing no change in status here on this end. Let me can we get confirmation that we're audible here? Are we connected? I'm seeing everything looks connected from this end. Okay, are we there? Can you hear me now? Hello? Hello? Okay. Yes, we can hear you. Good. Okay. Excellent. All right. So I'm not getting audio at all on my end, but I'm going to go ahead and then talk about what we're seeing here. Okay. That's good. Okay. So, Larry, we'll trust that you can get your mic going on back in at some point here. We're going to talk today a little bit about this Venus-Saturn conjunction, and this is kind of an interesting phenomenon in terms of the market dynamics that are are going on. We have in traditional astrology the designations of different planets as good guys and bad guys, and the good guys we call the benefics, and they are Venus and Jupiter. The bad guys traditionally are Mars and Saturn. We call those the malefics, and so we have the lesser and greater malefics and the lesser and greater benefics. The good guy, the lesser good guy, Venus, is joining with the greater bad guy, Saturn, to put things in very, very simple terms. This is something that happens about once a year, kind of roughly. The cycles are not exact in terms of repetition of intervals, but they do periodically move in and out of this phase of conjunction. That's happening today, actually, about half an hour before the closing bell, New York time, 3:30-ish, somewhere in that time frame. The alignment will be precise at 21 degrees 44 minutes of the zodiacal sign of Aquarius. So the real question is, what does all this mean for us and for the markets? And specifically, we can look here at the dynamics with the New York Stock Exchange. And what we've done here is taken the chart for the New York Stock Exchange, the first day the trading began under the buttonwood tree there on the 17th of May in 1792. And that chart then, what we've done is that little red arrow at the bottom is the position of the conjunction of Venus and Saturn that's taking place today. So what this does is give us a quick snapshot of some of the things that we're looking at with regard to this configuration. And we've just made a note of a couple of these things here that get activated by virtue of the fact that we have this alignment today. First of all, the Volcanus Chiron midpoint gets activated. Volcanus is very interesting. It's kind of a supercharged steamroller of power, so to speak. And so what happens with this is that we're looking here at this ability to kind of make offers that can't be refused, to overwhelming force. And so we connect this a lot in the markets with institutional trading, large blocks of stock changing hands, big amounts of money moving through the market environment. And so we want to be sure to keep an eye on that kind of activity as we're looking at the dynamics through the markets here, and certainly also market internals, a breadth of trading, that kind of thing can be an important factor to watch for confirmation, especially if we're looking at shorter term positions in the markets. So pay attention to the overall picture is one of the big signals that we're getting right now, as well as the midheaven alignment with three factors: Zeus, the moon, and Admetos. And so Zeus represents very strong dynamics, forceful, directed energy. So we may see here during this week and next some very, very strong efforts in an effort to try to drive stock prices higher. And with the moon involved here, there's likely to get a good reception, a lot of buy-in from a popular level.
Take a break to pay some bills. Can you be with us? Can anybody hear me? Broadsword to Danny Boy.
I can hear you. I can hear you, Larry.
Okay. I was one click away.
See you on the other side.
One
Come on back.
away.
Come in, Larry. Run away. Run away.
We'll be right back.
Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
the technology around us is changing every day. With so much happening, it can seem impossible to keep up with all the information. David White's investment newsletter, The Technology Insider, is designed to give you all the information you need to understand the technology that shapes today's markets and tomorrow's future. David White has made his living staying on the cutting edge of technology. His weekly newsletter will give you specific recommendations for value tech stocks, as well as entry prices, target prices, and stops to set for each trade. Dave delivers his weekly newsletters every Friday with updates throughout the week. You can get the Technology Insider at TFNN.com for only $37.50. Sign up for David's newsletter, The Technology Insider, and get an inside look at everything the technology sector has to offer. Try it risk-free today with our 30-day money-back guarantee. TFNN, educating investors.
Are China A-shares hot or not? If you trade China A-shares, now may be time to take a closer look. Trade CHAU or CHAD, Directions Daily CSI 300 China A-share Bull and Bear ETFs. China A-shares in either direction. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Okay, folks, I believe we're back with Tim Bost. At least I think I am. Are you there, Timothy?
Yeah, well, I never left. I don't so
Timothy,
we're good here. If we can hear each other, maybe others can hear us too. That's a good thing.
That would be, as long as we can talk together, we're okay. I want to see this next chart on this with your galactic trader that you have, but I'm trying on my bucket list. The number one thing, I want a computer that is childproof, and they sent me a note from Microsoft saying we did that 15 years ago. Find another way of communicating. So go ahead, Tim. Show us what you're looking at here with this chart.
Hook our brains directly up, and maybe things will work from there. This is a chart.
Okay, that's good.
At any rate, we've been talking about the Venus-Saturn conjunction that's occurring today. Again, this is not insanely rare. We get it about once a year, give or take. But what we've looked at here is a chart for the S&P. And what I've done is simply put in the planetary price lines with Fibonacci Galactic Trader software for Venus and for Saturn. Saturn are those more or less horizontal blue lines. The Venus lines are a little wavy here because of the Venus retrograde period that we experience periodically. But I put a little circle there at the top. This is what we have coming up. When these lines actually cross each other, we know something's going on. This is a second harmonic projection, and that's a first harmonic crossing point. That means the two planets are at the same point in the sky. So just to simplify things, that's what we're looking at. That becomes kind of a magnet in terms of price and time.
Wow. Okay, now the next one that you have up here is also important. This is the trend line for this Venus Uranus.
Right, and what
me,
typically
Venus,
happens here.
Saturn, yeah.
Right. So what the 0 point marks the date of the conjunction. That's today. And so we're looking for potential pullback for about a week. And then following that, a pretty hefty momentum in terms of a positive run upward there. So the optimum trade, as far as we can figure, is to wait until a week from today, next Monday, the 4th of April, and then do a swing trade, entering a position then, and then selling on Monday, the 18th. We'd hold it for 2 weeks calendar time there. That has a 75% probability of being a winning trade. with a 1.5% ROI on average. So we think it's a pretty strong signal to pay attention to. Now, this next chart is for gold, and we want to note here that not all markets respond to the same planetary phenomena in the same way. And so what we're looking at is gold is almost the opposite, at least initially. We're getting a strong downdraft kicking in after about a week. And in this case, we've studied this. It looks like two potential trades. First of all, a short position, if we were to short it gold today and then cover that trade on the 13th of April, on Wednesday the 13th, that has a 61.8% probability of being a winning trade. Not quite as strong as the one we just looked at, but a nicer ROI, potential 3.7% return on that on average with that that trade there, roughly 2 weeks time there. Then that bottom point there that we're seeing about 2 weeks out, that has a nice rebounding factor. If we were to buy then on the 13th of April for a long position in a swing trade, and then we just hold it for 5 calendar days to sell, buy on Wednesday, sell the following Monday, that has a 67.6% probability of returning a little over a 1% ROI, so not too shabby there. From that perspective as well. So depending on the markets, we'll see different phenomena associated with these dynamics.
Well, this next one is Bitcoin, and I really have a strong interest in that because several people asked me my opinion today, and it looks like we're moving up into that 48,000, 49,000, 50,000 area. Are you seeing the same thing, Tim?
I am indeed. Now, this is, we talked, I think it was about 10 days ago.
Yes, we did.
The 18th,
we sure
I think
did.
It was. And Bitcoin's been up over 17% since then, so it's a pretty dramatic run. Now, I did this chart earlier in the day here, and so the price may be not exactly accurate. I have one here where I zoom in a little bit with this. And what we're looking at is this breakout above this heavy purple line. That is a Chronos line in the first harmonic. Very, very important resistance zone. And if we look back historically here, what we saw back in December, over on the left side there, was that same zone providing very, very strong support for Bitcoin before it broke out to the downside, and it has struggled since the first of the year, roughly. So this is a very, very potent point here. If we get a clear breakout above that line at 46,350 and can sustain that, then we're looking for our next price target on the next Chronos line at 50,850. So I think there's a good chance of it doing that, largely because we can take a quick look here as well at that same kind of trend line analysis with our back testing using this phenomenon that's going on today. The Venus-Saturn conjunctions. Here's how Bitcoin responds to that. And as you note, it tends to go up. There's a pullback after about 2 weeks to about that 3-week point there, but we have some decent trading opportunities coming out of this. A reminder, of course, that we're using a limited amount of data here. We've only have about 10 years or so of trading history with Bitcoin, but based on this, it does look like a very favorable situation for the bulls in Bitcoin. So the strategy here would be to go ahead, buy today, and then sell with a swing trade on Thursday, the 14th of April. That trade has about a 2/3% likelihood of succeeding. And what we've got is a mess there with our numbers. It should be 6.47%. The 152 didn't get deleted properly. So what we're looking at is a expected ROI here of about 6.5% with that swing trade on Bitcoin. My apologies for the garbled data on the chart there. But it does look like a positive situation.
Okay, now the most important chart of the day, and that is how do we get in touch with Timmy Bost at Financial Cycles Weekly, and I'll put this up. Now, do you have any webinars coming up, Tim? People really love those. So
We do, in fact, have a free webinar coming up tomorrow, and we'll be talking about methodologies for astro trading, specifically there, how to walk through the whole process step by step to make sure that you can get in and out of trades effectively using this kind of methodology. It has a little different requirements than some of the normal trading strategies. So go ahead and get connected. That's bit.ly/Tim Larry P. Capital T, capital L, capital P. Everything else is lowercase, and that will give you an opportunity to share your name and email so that we can give you all the registration details on that and get you on a list for notifications.
You'll send me the check for the people that pay so that I'll be. Oh wait, it's a free seminar, so I won't be getting any checks.
Right.
Hey, no, that's
we'll
okay.
Send you an empty envelope and it'll be just as good.
Hey, at least I'm not calling you Stan Harley like I did the last
Well,
week.
exactly, and I can hear your voice. This is amazing. It's good stuff.
Hey, Tim
Thanks
Boss,
so much,
Financial Cycles Week. We love you, buddy. We'll see you in a couple of weeks when I'm back from London, okay?
Okay, take care. Bye-bye.
Tim Boss, Financial Cycle. We'll be right back.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
You might think that if you want to be successful at trading in the stock market, you're going to need a crystal ball. After all, it's impossible to predict the future, right? Like any endeavor in life, before you decide it's impossible, get some advice from the experts. You might find that it's not so impossible after all. For daily market overviews that give you direction on the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, subscribe to the Opening Call newsletter at TFNN.com. The Opening Call newsletter is written by Basil Chapman, creator of the trading methodology known as the Chapman Wave. The Chapman Wave up-down sequence gives you an edge in identifying price turns, finding the peaks and valleys in stock prices. Get the Opening Call newsletter by Basil Chapman in your inbox every day. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know, and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Are you looking for a secured investment which pays you on a monthly basis? The Tiger First Mortgage Program may be the program for you. The best rate on a 5-year CD in the country right now, according to Bankrate.com, is paying 1% per year or $1,000 per $100,000 invested. The Tiger First Mortgage Program pays 7% per year, paid monthly, on secured, high-value, buildable properties in St. Petersburg, Florida. The investment is for 4 years, paying 7% per year or $7,000 per $100,000 invested. Your investment is secured by high-value real estate in St. Petersburg, Florida. Your investment can be anywhere from $100,000 to $500,000. Do you want to make $1,000 per year on $100,000 invested or $7,000 per year on a secured Tiger First mortgage? The Tiger First Mortgage Program may be just the program for you. The Tiger First Mortgage Program pays 7% per year, paid monthly. For more information, you can call 877-518-9190. That's 877-518-9190.
Okay, folks, I posted what I think is the most important chart of the day, saved it for last. Anyway, you'll notice here that we made a 61% retracement, folks. I mean, it was just absolutely spot on. We went a tiny bit higher. The number was actually came in at 39.44. let's try it again, 45.39. It went up to 45.49 during the excitement of the Oscars or whatever it was going on. We didn't break that at all. The Dow Jones was incredibly weak. It couldn't even take out the previous move. But if you'll take a look at the next one here, then that is the cash S&P, and we went right up to it again, folks. Look at the symmetry that's here, folks. I mean, you're in a downtrend. You're completing equal moves between A, B, C, D. You're right at the 61% retracement. This is what we have. A caller? Are you kidding me? I never see a caller coming in. Where is the caller? I didn't see a caller. I guess I lost him. Shut the front door and raise the rent. Well, I'm sorry, call in the next time I'm on, which will maybe Thursday. I'm not absolutely sure, but that's it. Anyway, folks, if we go above the highs that we've made here today, we're probably going to go up a lot more. If not, I think we're going to be in a correction for a bit. At least that's what we're looking at here. The gold continues to look a little weaker than it should be. But then we'll have a great buying opportunity in gold in a few weeks if this continues like this, and we'll be able to look at this. We'll be able to see it. Anyway, that would be very, very interesting to see how these things unfold. The Russell and the Dow Jones are much weaker than the NASDAQ or the S&P. The NASDAQ went up to the 50% retracement on this move, whereas the NASDAQ was only making 50%. We were making a 61% in the S&P. So those are just a few things that we're looking at for today. Now, live every day in an attitude of gratitude, and may God bless. And I'm going to miss you, folks, but hopefully, God willing, and I'm sure she is, we'll be back with you very, very soon with maybe some fun stories of what happened over there at the London School of Economics with Mr. Hugard and I and the other guests that we're going to have. So we'll see you whenever. May God bless.